Hello and welcome back to Blackwatch Intel. My name is Crashy, and today I want to talk a little bit about the competitive ladder, picking team comps, and knowing what hero to play. So all in all, this discussion is coming from a place of me knowing that I truly desire to improve, I truly desire to climb the competitive ladder, and right now I have no idea how to do it. And I think we're all going to hit these points, and I'm sure you have already. If you haven't, then you're one of the lucky ones, or maybe you started playing recently, where it feels like everything that was working for me just doesn't work anymore. And I was really good at Genji. I feel like I'm a pretty strong DPS, at very least in Diamond. I'm a pretty strong DPS player, and yet all of a sudden I just can't seem to find the consistency to climb. And there's always going to be a randomness to competitive. There's always going to be games where you're thrown onto the losing team. Not because there's throwers, but your team was meant to lose. That's just the way that it was. Y'all couldn't bring it together better than the other team. And one team, always has to lose. There's always either a draw or there's a loss. You know what I mean? So one team always has to lose. And then there's going to be the games where you're with the throwers or the one-tricks and, the uncooperative, the non-talking people. And then there's going to be the games where you just feel stuck, And maybe that's just a variation of what I'm feeling right now, and I just feel like I'm a little bit stuck. So this season I decided, I'm going to try to take some of the stress off of myself and play support. But if I'm totally honest, and I mean totally honest, I feel like my DPS capabilities are too good for Diamond for me to be on support. And I often feel the stress and the frustrations of my games kind of weighing on me, telling me, hey, you have to be carrying these games. And I know that's not the greatest mentality to have, but like I said, if I'm just being honest with myself, that's how I feel a lot. And I feel like if I'm not putting forth the damage, if I'm not, executing on the kills and being the strong DPS presence that I feel like I am, well, then I'm not going to climb. Especially with some of the games that you have where ultimately it's just very frustrating being the support, kind of getting stomped over and over again because I have a big red X on my back, just waiting for the Winston and Genji and Tracer all to dive me all at the same time. So what do we do, I think this is a very open-ended discussion because I'm curious. What do you guys like to do whenever you're feeling stuck? And I don't know if I have the answer for myself yet. I'm thinking that this season I do want to push myself, but ultimately I don't really have the time to sit down and commit a lot of time to the competitive ladder as much as, say someone who is a full-time content creator would, or someone who's a professional player or, a full-time streamer. So I don't really have the time to put forth as much as I'd like to really grind out and grind through the kind of growing pains and frustrations of the competitive ladder. The time that I can spend, the days that I have to commit to competitive are very low. I can spend maybe a few hours a night, maybe. I can spend, the weekends a decent amount of time if I, don't decide to do anything, with friends or family. And so I feel like I have to make the most out of the time that I do have, and sometimes feels frustrating to try to climb a significant amount whenever you're going to get wins and losses. So in a single sitting, you really can sway your SR by hundreds of points. And if you happen to have a bad night, well, for me, a bad night is a few hours where I lose, 100 SR, and that's all I did for the whole night. I don't have another chance in that single day. I don't have a chance to redeem myself. So it makes the games feel much more weighted. It makes the games feel, much more important, and it makes the frustration of losing that much harder as well. So this season, I think my plan is to try to play more support and more DPS and find what is better for me mentally. And I think I'm going to be just trying both roles, maybe looking for a stable duo partner, someone that I can consistently climb up the ladder with, and just find the mental clarity to continue to push through the frustrations that is the competitive ladder. Because all in all, you have to win to climb, and it's hard. And, I'm not playing at a very, high level, and I don't really feel like me being in, low masters or mid masters like I was in season 4 was much of an accomplishment because I was never really able to retain it for very long. I held it for the season, and in season 3, I had achieved masters for the first time. So I think I'm capable of playing at that level with no problems. It's just getting back to it is very complicated to me. And overall, it just feels like I'm very unsure. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I'm supposed to be, playing DPS. I don't know if I'm supposed to be a strong flex player. I don't know if I should, go back to having 70% of my game time being on Genji in hopes that I can carry her, or maybe I can put my faith in someone else and just do my best to enable them as support, because that's what I've been trying to do, and that's what I want to do. I want to actually be a very strong support player, and I think that my skills are definitely going up. I'm still very frustrated with the current state of Mercy. I really don't like this mass res Mercy playstyle that goes on, and there's a lot of games where Mercy's pretty optimal, and you want to mirror the res and such, so I'm just looking for some thoughts. What are you guys up to this season? What's been working for you? And what do you think I should do? So thanks for joining me in this discussion. This was much more of a just kind of a rip open the mic, like I say I like to do, and talk, because I am pretty frustrated. The seasons are shorter now. That that doesn't help me in any way. The seasons are, just they're something. They're definitely an experience that I think could be very well improved by Blizzard, and I'm not sure how. I don't know what they need to do, but it definitely leaves something to be desired, for me at least. So thanks again for checking out this video. Please not leaving a like and subscribe for future content. We're going to be posting videos all the time. I appreciate you for stopping by, and I'll see you for the next video.
Do you feel your bones start to shake? Do you feel the earthquake? Do you feel the fire inside of me? Do you see the sparks that I'm setting free? Does the beat take you over?